Hello, welcome Captain Remi to the Larpar Show, where we talk about what is money, what is coming, and how to protect your family. So Captain Remi is a Belgian national and has decided to travel around the world on his Bitcoin boat and is sailing to different countries around the world, going to different Bitcoin events and learning about real freedom since he discovered Bitcoin. We actually met in Madeira face to face when we were there last week at the Bitcoin Atlantis event, which was an amazing event, which was held between the 1st and the 3rd of March 2024. And so, Captain Remi, introduce yourself and tell us about how you discovered Bitcoin and your Satoboat project.
Hey, Lawrence, thank you for having me first. So, where everything started. I discovered the crypto world in 2020, just before the COVID. And I did some shitcoins during 2 years, of course, like everybody. And at some point, I would like to talk about Bitcoin with someone who knows better than me Bitcoin. And, you know, back in the days, I was talking all the time with my friends, but they didn't know they didn't know anything about Bitcoin. So I called a friend Emmanuel, who created a podcast called, it's a French podcast, Parlons Bitcoin, like let's talk about Bitcoin. So we organized the meeting, and we talked like for 2 hours about the society, the money, Bitcoin, of course. And also I told him this my first passion of sailing. And at the end of these 2 hours of speaking, this idea to sail the world, to spread the Bitcoin spirit appears. And I was not able to sleep during 1 week after that, because I was like, okay, I have to do something. And I was fed up also of my previous job. And I started to check all the announcements of boats on second-hand boats on internet. And I was thinking too much about these two things, Bitcoin and sailing. So 1 month after, we did the second podcast. And I told him that I quit my job and I found a boat.
That's amazing. 1 month.
Yeah. And then, and then it's just history. Yeah, after that, I had to clean all my stuff in Brussels, get back the boat in Brussels to renovate it, start the project. And my first goal was to sail to Biarritz, surfing, where there is the biggest French conference about Bitcoin called Surfing Bitcoin. It was the best place to start my project, because I was able to sail to there through the Manche and the Atlantic Ocean, because this conference is organized on the casino just next to the beach, so it was perfect for me. And almost everything starts there. Yeah.
Amazing. And regarding your experience with boats, tell us about, have you got much experience with boats from before? You've been...
Yeah, of course. Yeah, I already started to learn how to sail like this kind of boat when I was 25. And I did some sailing training, some sailing races. Then I organized some sailing holidays for friends in Greece, Corsica, then in Caribbean islands. So it was like a continuous process for me, you know. It was just in another area, because before that I was an engineer working for energy optimization for buildings. So I switched everything, but I was able to do that by myself. But to be honest, since I started this project, I learned so much. You can imagine, living like all the time on my boat since 1.5 years now. The gap is huge.
Yeah, I'd say so. Yeah, from going from just traveling and going maybe for a few days or a week on a boat to now a year and a half. It's a huge, completely different experience, isn't it?
Yeah,
And the knowledge that you're getting from
yeah.
this.
I doubled my sailing distance in just 1.5 years, 1.5 years in comparison of 10 years of sailing.
Yeah, yeah. So your first trip that you went to was in France, okay? And then where did you go from France then?
After I sailed to the south because I wanted to chill in the south for the winter,
Oh yeah.
of course. So I crossed the Gibraltar Strait to go to the Mediterranean Sea, and I sailed to Valencia, Ibiza during the winter. But at that moment, the project was too new, so I didn't have all the network I've got right now. So it was quite complicated to meet new people. So voila. And after that, I sailed back to Belgium to see my families and friends, and also to celebrate the 1 year anniversary of the project. And also at that moment, there was the Brussels Blockchain Week. It was a conference mainly about blockchain things.
Ah!
Yeah,
Time
but
chain, time chain.
the,
That's what they need to start learning about. That's what
but
we're all,
the
as
timing
Jack
was good.
says.
The timing was good. I was there. It was a pretext for me. So it was last summer. Yeah, in June. Yeah, in June. And then I sailed back again to Biarritz for my second editions of Surfing Bitcoin. And then I continue a little bit on the same way, but I choose to sail into the oceans this time. So that's why. And also in September, I made a call with Andrea Loja, the organizer of Bitcoin Atlantis.
Oh yeah,
And yeah,
Andres. Andres, yeah,
Andrea.
he's a nice guy. I
Andres.
interviewed him as well before the
So
event.
I explained him my project, and he was like, "Okay, guys, it's super cool. You have to come to see us." And I was like, "Okay, it's perfect because I wanted to chill in another area, super nice place for the winter. So the thing was perfect. So voila."
Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Perfect. So you're going to stay in Madeira now for a few more weeks, are you?
Yeah, just few weeks just to wait for my new crew and the best weather window to sail to Azores Island.
Okay.
Yeah, I want to go there because wow, it's beautiful there. It's like a sailing place. We
Where's the
could be
Azores Islands? Where are they? Are they down towards
where?
Africa? Where?
No. You see Madeira, you
Mhm.
see Lisboa. For you, it's Lisboa, and
Oh
it's
yeah,
on the
Lisboa.
same around the same latitude of Lisboa.
Oh, okay. So it's not too far anyway. Not too far from you.
It depends of what you mean by not too far. It's like it's like 500 nautical miles from here, so it will be like 5 days of
Oh, yeah.
sailing without stopping,
Oh yeah, well it's still
and
a
and
distance, a good distance.
and more in the ocean also.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah,
Brilliant.
so the idea is to discover the space. Also, I know there is like 2 or 3 Bitcoiners over there, so I want to meet them and also to discover this island by sea because it's so beautiful. And I will stay there for all April. And after April, as you already know, Lawrence, Because for the people who just discover us, it's like super nice because like 3 weeks ago in Funchal we met together,
Yeah.
and you told me that you organize like a Bitcoin conference in Dublin in May,
Yeah.
and I wanted to sail to Ireland in May. So again, the timings is so perfect. Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah. There you go. See that just goes to show, doesn't it? You don't know where us Bitcoiners are going to be and who's going to be, who can help who, and the network that you connect with different Bitcoiners. We're always there to help each other, aren't we?
of course.
And the network is unlike what I've ever found before in any of the business that I've done and anything that I've done before, because it's amazing. Bitcoiners are so helpful to each other, and
Yeah,
we help each other, you know. And as I said, I
yes,
invited you. You said you were thinking about going to Ireland. I said, well, sure, why not come in May, the exact same time, and come to the event? Yeah,
it's perfect.
that's it.
Yeah, yeah. So maybe just before I will make a stopover in Cork, Cork,
Hmm.
in the south of Ireland, and then for the last trip, I will arrive in Dublin for. Repeat me the date of the conference. It's 25, right? Saturday 20.
25 of May, yeah.
It's perfect for me. Yeah, because that this time I will have to sail 1,200 nautical miles, so it's like around 10 days of sailing.
That's
So
a big trip.
it's my biggest one. So it's a
Oh,
huge challenge for me also. But yeah, I'm confident to be there for the conference. Yeah,
you know what you can do actually? You can go to Cork, okay, and then you can come to Waterford because we have a house in Waterford as well.
it's between Dublin and Waterford and
Yeah,
Cork.
yeah.
Okay,
You can stop in Waterford for a few days because this is the sunny southeast, is what they
okay.
call. It's really nice weather and sunny down here. And there's a dock right beside us here where where our house is. And then we can go to Dublin then. Yeah,
Sounds like a plan.
amazing. There you
Ah,
go.
yeah. So and after Dublin, at the beginning of June, I think I'm planning to sail to Isle of Man. Of course, because it's an island, so for sailing it's perfect. There is
Yeah,
a huge Bitcoin community over there also, and
yeah.
there is the tourist trophy, the motorcycle race.
The TT racing, yeah. Some of
The,
our guys will be going over there as
the
well.
TT racing, that's how you call that.
The TT, yeah, racing.
Yeah, so that will be for the start of June, and then I want to go to Liverpool, just in front, because I want to do some exam with the RYA, it's the Royal Yachting Association, just to get like an English license to continue this project. It's more for me to improve my English than improve my sailing skills, you know. But it's funny to do that, so I want to try.
Yeah, brilliant, brilliant. And as you said, there's a huge community in the Isle of Man as well.
Yeah,
And Coin Corner are based down there. And
yeah,
Danny and the team down there. Maybe we'll connect you up with them before you go and
perfect.
go and meet them as well. Yeah, because there's some good guys, good people over
Yeah,
there. Yeah, yeah. So
yeah.
tell us a little bit about the project, the Satoboat. Is it? Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
Satoboat?
Satoboat project.
Yeah.
Yeah, the idea was at the beginning it was like really a personal adventure because I wanted to discover the world, meet new people, and on my way, I discovered other things. You know, with the Bitcoin community, as you said, it's a really strong one, really interesting one also. So I try to meet free coiners or no coin or Bitcoiners. You know, I'm not like I don't want to stay only with Bitcoiners because it's not the purpose of my project. It's also to teach people or to try put a seed in their mind by, for example, giving books about Bitcoin, or also mainly all the people who on board with me, you know, they are a little bit stuck in the boat for 1 week or 2 weeks or more. So I've got plenty of time to talk. You know, if you want to talk about Bitcoin with someone you met in a bar, you have like 5 or 10 minutes. It's really too short because the subject is way too big, right? So when you're on a board like that, you have time to talk and you have time to listen to the other point of view, you know? So you can approach the problem with several angles, different angles. And by the time, for me, it's working because you understand more the other, and the other is understand way better the point of Bitcoin, you know? So yeah, and I've got also like a huge Bitcoin library on board to, yeah, I read maybe half of the books because you know how it works. You buy like this, this stack of books, and
I
then
seen you in Madeira on the you had a huge stack of books on the last day. And I saw,
I received that from Consensus Network publisher, you know. And
okay.
yeah, it's like if the people don't know, it's like the best Bitcoin books publisher. You can buy via fiat and Bitcoin. I used Lightning last time, and they provide books in several different languages. So I think in French, Spanish, Portuguese, English, German, I think. So yeah, it's a super cool way to give something to people. So they are like sponsor me by giving me books that I'm able to give to others on my way. So that's one of the part of the project. Also, I'm running a full node, so not a prunal node, right? A full node on the
Okay.
boat. Yeah, to tell to the people if it's possible on the boat, it's possible everywhere, you know.
Okay,
So
yeah.
yeah, I'm doing that also, and voila.
Happy days. Happy days.
Yeah,
Very nice. Very nice. Okay. So, Captain,
Lawrence.
right? So tell me, how has Bitcoin changed your life since you discovered Bitcoin in 2020? Because it's a whole mindset shift as well.
Yeah, well, it's funny because there are different things. I studied how the monies worked before knowing Bitcoin, you know, because I was already interested about this subject. Then how it changed at the beginning, it changed in regard of my financial savings, because I had no investments before doing some investment in crypto. I had some savings from my previous jobs to buy a real estate, you know. I want to, because I study architect engineering at university, so I wanted to build something for me. So yeah, during 6 or 7 years, I spent lots of money to do that. And at some point, I wanted to invest because I understood that if you do nothing with your capital, you will lose money with the time. So to be honest with you, it's more with that project than before I understand Bitcoin, because when I started this project, I choose to be focused on Bitcoin only, you know. So I understand more and more Bitcoin with on my way, you know. Before that, I understood some things about it, but it was more a feeling, you know, like it seems interesting, you know. So how it changed me at the beginning, it was because I increased a little bit my capital by investing on it in 2020. So I was like, okay, I don't have like a financial risk by doing this project, because I had more capital, and also as I'm an engineer, I was like, okay, if it's going to zero this project, I'm still able to coming back because it was really easy for me to do that, you know. And with all the meetings I've got, all the readings, yeah, it's changing my. No, I'm gonna say that in another way. You know, with this project, I'm trying to find links between Bitcoin and selling rules because they are sharing the same characteristic of autonomous and independency. You know Bitcoin, so I will not to explain you that. But when you do sailing, you are maybe alone on the sea. Maybe you can try to call or to send a mayday signal, but maybe you are too far from the coast. You have to manage everything by yourself, okay? And by doing that, I understand more the point of Bitcoin, you know? When you run your own node, it's your own node, your own rules, you know? And you need to be responsible when you do sailing, and with Bitcoin it's the same. And by sailing, I understand more and more Bitcoin in these characteristics. Yeah, it's funny by sailing, why? But what is like the question about the independency and the responsibility?
Yeah, right. Okay. Okay. Brilliant. Brilliant. Because like a lot of people get different things from Bitcoin and they find different uh things that come into their life from
Yeah,
Bitcoin. It's different for everybody, you know. It's not one shoe fits everybody, but it's amazing. And can you explain to me a little bit about the crew? You were saying you're going to pick up a crew. Okay, so are you bringing people to different areas? Like, how does this work?
yeah,
Are
yeah.
you
Well, in England, there is a website called Find a Crew.
okay?
So there is people who've got a boat and people who try to climb on a boat, and it's it's like an exchange to meet these two asking. So I'm often putting some announce on this. I mainly use a French website right now, but I'm putting an announce saying that I will be there and I want to go there. Do you want to join me? So yeah, so tonight one guy will come and tomorrow another one. So we will train ourselves for 1 week to be sure that everything's okay, no seasickness, and if there's yeah, and to talk about a little bit about safety, you know, and then
Mm-hmm.
we will say to Osiris, yeah,
Okay, okay. Brilliant, brilliant, amazing.
yeah.
Great, that's great. And then you can orange pill them along the way. They don't
I'm
know what they're getting
trying. No, that,
themselves in for. And you know, there's nowhere for them to go. They can't, there's only one way. That's
exactly,
down.
exactly. Yeah, so with this little project, I think I will continue that for the next years, and I'm working on a second version of this project. You know, as I told you, I think in Funchal, um, maybe in one year, 1 year and a half, I will be the captain of a new boat, a bigger one, like a catamaran, with maybe yeah 50 feet, so almost the double of this one, with like 4 bedrooms, 4 double bedrooms, and I want to yeah to organize super nice sailing cruises in beautiful places like let's say Caribbean islands or in the Pacific, whatever, for Bitcoiners or pre-coiners too. And
Hmm.
yeah, and as the boat will be bigger, it will be more easy to organize Bitcoin meetup, you know, because right
Hmm.
now, last time we were 15 on the boat, and
Ooh.
it was a little bit just, you know. So with this one, I think we could be maybe 40
Nice.
uh, in the port. So yeah, it's the next step of this project, and also it will be a well-equipped boat to sail around the world, because right now I'm sailing around western part of Europe, but after I want to cross also to discover the east coast of America, then the west coast, then crossing the Pacific, and blah blah blah, and continue like that.
Amazing. Amazing. So a lot ahead of you. A lot ahead of you. Did you ever
Yeah,
think about, are you on Geyser Fund by any chance? Because they're very, very
yeah,
good.
yeah. I tried something, but it didn't work. I'm not really. I think I'm not really good on that, you know. But I need to work a little bit more. Yeah, I tried to raise a little bit of stats to buy books to offer on my way, but I just raised, I think, well, it was 2 weeks ago, but like 100 euro.
It's okay. It's a start. It's a
It's a
start.
start.
We'll get you
Yeah,
more. We'll get you more. Put it out
yeah,
there. Get the word out there about the Satoboat, and
yeah,
because it's a great project. Great project, I think. Interesting.
yeah.
Very good. Very good. Um, so tell us a little bit about what did you get from the Madeira event, Bitcoin Atlantis?
It was huge, man. Amazing. Because I met lots of people, you know, in real life. You know, when
Yeah.
you're on Twitter, it's all the time like, who is this guy or whatever. So it was really, really interesting to discuss in real life with all that people. I liked the spirit, the ambiance, like really chill, you know. Uh, Also, I liked that everything was in Bitcoin. So all the shops and blah blah blah. So, and I think it worked well. I don't know if there is like a record of how many people paid with fiat and to convert or whatever. So I really like this Bitcoin only conference.
Mm-hmm.
Um, yeah, also I like the style of the conference. Like, don't come here just for the conference. Discover the town, the island, meet the people of Madeira, and they are really, really kind person. Uh, Go for a walk in the nature. Yeah, I like that spirit, you know. Not like I'm not used to go to lots of different conferences, so I don't know how it works
Yeah.
in other places. But it's like for me, it's really special because I arrived like in start of February, and I'm still here. So I had plenty of time to explore the island on different aspects, you know. Um,
It's what
yeah,
I believe as well. Anytime we go to a conference, and we've gone to a few now, and I always bring the family. You met Laura and you met Theo.
yeah,
We like to go for a few days, a minimum a week anyway, because we like to discover
of
uh,
course.
different parts of the world, you know. And in Madeira, there's so many things. We done like the cable cars going up. We done the Botanic Garden up there. We done, you know, the sleigh thing all the way
Yeah.
down. We done so many different things before the conference. Yeah. The only regret is that we should have stayed for another week after the conference. Next time.
Next time.
Next time.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
why it would be cool to be in Dublin for maybe 1 week, you know.
Hey, yeah, come.
I've been there once, but it will be cool to rediscover the town.
Well, you've got three stops: Cork,
Cork, Waterford,
Waterford, and then
Waterford,
Dublin.
amazing.
That's 3 weeks. Yeah.
Cool.
And I can even drive to Cork as well, probably one of the times and come down for a day or two because I'm in the middle. Meet you down there. We can do something down there. And when you come to Waterford, you know, we'll meet a good few
I,
times.
I will send you a message when we will leave Azores, and normally, cross the fingers, 10 days after we will be there.
If I can't get in touch with you after 10 days, I'll send I'll send the lads out to look for you.
Yeah, and after maybe I don't know if there's like UK guys which are listening to us, but after I will sail to Liverpool, normally also Bristol and Plymouth.
Oh yeah, I got a good contact in Bristol as well when I was over there, so we can
Because
connect you up with them as well. And definitely,
yeah,
if you go to the Isle of Man, definitely, yeah, man,
because I
the Isle of
think it's
Man.
your friend. I don't remember his name when we were at the beer house bar.
Oh
He
he's from Bristol. Yeah, I just met
oh,
him
that's
that
right.
day.
Because he shared me like the UK Bitcoin meetups website or something like that. So I still need to organize but it's a bit too far for me because when you do sailing, it's hard to be really accurate about the time of your arriving. But yeah,
Hmm.
definitely, I will enjoy during 2 months this area.
Yeah. Very good, very good. Yeah, sure. Why not? If you're in the area, man, and you've got the freedom that Bitcoin gives us, yeah,
Okay.
uh,
And
steady.
can you say more about the conference in Dublin a little bit?
Yeah, well,
Share
the
information.
conference, yeah, the conference has this the third year of the conference. We started in 2022 as just
Okay.
it was starting off because there was no Bitcoin meetups here in Ireland, and me and my co-founder Dinny decided to have just a meetup, and we thought we might get 30 people, but the tickets went from 30 to 50 to 80 to like 120 to 150, and the
Nice.
first year we got nearly 200 people there at the
All right.
event for the first year. And then last year we nearly doubled that for the
Okay.
last year's conference. And this year we're expecting probably maybe 600 people, 700 people at the event, which is going to
Yeah,
be
maybe
good.
with the bull run, it will attract more people, maybe also.
Yeah, well, a lot of people are asking questions now about Bitcoin. And to be honest, people need to learn about this, because it can really change your life. All
Yeah.
roads are going to lead to Bitcoin over time. Yeah, the institutions are in now. The
Yeah.
banks are in, the asset management firms. Wait till nation states get in. This
Maybe.
ETF is a huge game changer. Now I know it's a lot of people that originally have original Bitcoin and ETFs. It's completely different, but it's going to be good for Bitcoin in general.
Mm,
It is, I think, anyway. And the
okay.
adoption for Bitcoin, and it's going to bring in more people into Bitcoin.
Yeah. Yeah. I suppose too.
What,
Yeah.
what what's your take on the ETF and what's happening with it? And like all these institutions are coming in now to buy Bitcoin. What do you
Yeah.
think?
Hard question because it put more lights on it for sure. Uh, it's not especially in the how can I explain that? I'm not sure people will want to buy Bitcoin by themselves after that. So I'm a little bit like not against, but like I prefer people like if they could be like sovereign by themselves, it's better for me. But I can understand that it could be difficult to learn and to last time I don't remember friends told me that he had some Bitcoin on I don't remember the bank, but I think it was just like a copy of the price and not the real token. It was not possible to send Bitcoin from that to a hard wallet. Also, I was like,
Mm.
okay, it's important to understand the difference.
Yeah.
So for sure, this ETF will bring more money in that game. In the other hand, it's not in the spirit of Bitcoin. So it's complicated to answer that. Yeah, I know also if you want to compare with the internet, at the beginning of internet, everything was but it's still open source, but uh, after years and years, the GAFAM like Google, Facebook, and so on appears, and now internet is mainly like Google. When you said internet, you think about Google, like because I
Mm.
think like 85% of the flow goes through Google, but that's not internet. So maybe in 10 years, it could be a little bit the same with the ETF, like a centralization in the mindset of everybody. You will still be able to do that by yourself because it will be still open source, blah, blah, blah. Like now, you can create your own mail server without using any providers, but who did that, you know? Who is doing that right now? So I don't know if you have to be afraid of that, but if it happened like this, I think all the Bitcoin educationer need to work a lot to explain to the people how they can do that, you know. I did that in my family. They understood the point. So now they are sovereign. So if it works for my family, I'm like, why it will not work for others? But yeah, it's a long run.
Yeah. So what you're talking about basically is like self-custody. The way we're buying Bitcoin, we're buying from the base layer, the main platform. Yeah. A lot of people, as you're saying, in the future, the more these ETFs get known to the financial institutions, the financial people will be selling the ETF more than probably real Bitcoin. Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, that's probably the way it's gonna go. But that being said as well, there's less than 1.8 million coins left on the exchanges. Right? There's 19.6 made. Out of those 19.6, there's about 3.5 million that people have lost access to. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have about 16 million. And out of those 16 million, from the last time I checked a couple of months ago, 75% have not moved in 1 year, and 58% has not moved in 2 years. So there's about 1.8 million or less on the exchanges. So the price that we see right now of 72,000 today is based on those 1.8 million coins, right?
Okay.
So that being said, the ETFs can only buy a certain amount of Bitcoin anyway.
Yeah, for sure. Right. Yeah. You do the math, so yeah.
And the volume that's coming into it and the volume of money that they have to spend on Bitcoin. I think I worked out the mathematics before before this ETF was launched, and we were looking at about 200 billion coming in to Bitcoin from the ETFs because they were managing about 20 trillion. So they were saying they were thinking about putting 1% in at that time, which is about 200 billion. At 50,000, at 200 billion, they could only buy 2 million coins at the
Yeah.
price of 52,000. That's all they could buy.
Yeah.
And they all want it. And you can see the amount that they're gobbling up at the moment.
Scarcity.
Yeah, that's it. It's basically simple mathematics, really. It's supply and demand. This is the supply. This was the demand before January 10th. Now this is demand coming in and in and in.
Yeah.
It's massive. I think before the ETF was launched, there was about 25 to 30 million being spent per day on Bitcoin. Now that's well over 150 million per day minimum being spent on Bitcoin every day.
Wow.
And the ETFs are gobbling up approximately 4,000 Bitcoin on average a day. But some days they're buying up to 12 and 15,000 a day.
And do you think that these ETF funds will sell a lot during the bull run, or they will hodl this for several years?
I think the people that are getting involved now, these ETFs and these institutions, they don't sell. They just huddle.
No, not the people in that companies, but the funds, you know,
Yeah,
maybe
the
they will.
funds.
Yeah, do you think they will hodl this?
I think they're going to huddle it for a long time.
Okay.
And that's how institutions create wealth as well. They buy assets and they hold on to them. Like institutions that have hundreds of millions of dollars and they're worth that much, they don't keep it in cash. They buy assets, high
Yeah.
value assets. And that's how they grow over time as well. Now they've realized that this is the best asset to hold.
Yeah.
And the thing with these ETFs, it's very easy. People that are in the ETFs already, because like there's hundreds of ETFs. Like I think BlackRock alone has over 700 ETFs listed. Someone that's involved in ETFs already, that has money in ETFs, simply has to pick up the phone and say, okay, I need to move 3% from my gold ETF into this new Bitcoin ETF. And let's watch it for a
And
month or two and see how it's performing.
so, what kind of person do you think will sell on the next bull run? You know, if there is a bull run, I like this joke. If there is a bull run, which kind of person will sell at that moment?
The people that haven't done their homework properly.
Okay, but
Because if you have done your homework and you've done
mm,
over 100 hours of work, on Bitcoin, I think you'll realize there is no point selling this. You just hold on to it and you can
and
leverage it in the
on
future.
yeah, on maybe the people who try to buy it cheaper in the bear market, because I know some Bitcoiners who are doing that. You know, sell a little bit. I've got a guy. I know a guy who sell everything on the top or around the
Mhm.
top and buying in the bear, but it was during the previous cycles. So maybe it will be different now, because as there is more and more money, I think the cycle will be a little bit more compressed also.
Yeah,
I don't know, what's the point? You,
I think so. There's a different type of person coming to Bitcoin now. Yeah, it's completely different.
yeah,
This run is going to be completely different to previous
yeah.
runs. You know, uh, this is my first run in it. I only started in 2020 myself. I only started really buying it though in 2021. You
Mm,
know, I think this is different. The people that are coming in now are coming in to hold it for a long time, and
yeah.
they understand it, especially with
Uh,
these funds that are coming involved. And something I think that a lot of people aren't thinking about as well. I know we're seeing institutions coming in and asset management firms. A lot of people are forgetting about nation states. Nation states are starting to sit up now, and these Arabs are looking to buy a lot of Bitcoin as well. They've got more money than
yeah,
institutions. There's word out there that Qatar is looking to buy a big lump of
yeah. And
Bitcoin.
maybe they are already in it a little bit. No,
They are. I'd say
some
they are in it
countries.
already.
I, I'm pretty sure that some people like the Russia, you know, I'm pretty sure that the government or certain part of the government already bought a little bit, because like it's strategic, you know.
Yeah.
We don't know. Maybe we will know in decades, maybe. But
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
the Bhutan, you know, Bhutan. Uh, I think that I read an article about them, told that they were already mining.
Oh yeah, yeah, the country of Bhutan. Yeah, they have
Country of
been.
Bhutan.
For the last maybe year and a half, they have been.
Yeah,
There's about five countries that are openly saying that they put money into mining. Like we know El
Bitcoin.
Salvador, Bhutan, we know of Saudi Arabia,
Oman.
Oman as well, the UAE. There's a few countries that have put like over a half a billion in already into mining.
Yeah, yeah, we will see. I think it will be
Yeah,
crazy this cycle.
I think so as well. So
Mm.
as we say, people better buckle up and get ready. Strap yourself in.
Yeah,
Because
twice. Like.
yeah, definitely, definitely. I can see us waking up and having like 10K days with Bitcoin. That's what I can see. But sure,
Yeah.
let's see. Let's see what happens. You know, we need to just stay humble and keep on stacking. That's what it's
Exactly.
about. Staying humble, stay grounded, and we just go with it.
Go with the flow.
That's what they say. Go with the flow. And
Yeah,
focus. Just focus on what we're doing. Focus with the plan that we've made ourselves, our own plans. Yeah.
yeah.
So it's
I've got
about.
mine. You've got yours. People need to find their own. And
Yeah,
yeah,
definitely.
yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
And we are
Okay.
and we are there to help them also if they need.
Of course we are, yeah. There's a lot of people around now, good people around as well, that will
Yeah,
help them. And that's what I do as well. I help um other people as well to try and understand Bitcoin. You know, I have a little course there and I try to train people and helping people. But as I say, and this is very important, you can bring a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
okay.
True? All we
Yeah,
can do is
true.
show them, you know,
Yeah,
show them all the
true.
data, show them everything.
Yeah,
And hopefully they will, because once they do, and they do start learning about this, and it's all about learning. It's all about learning. That's what it's all about, you know?
yeah,
Definitely. It's about learning. The more you learn, the more you be convinced about the future of Bitcoin and what it's going to be in the future. Like, think about it. Imagine our parents would have bought a piece of the internet 30 years ago, or if we were allowed to buy a piece of the internet, or could have bought a piece of the internet.
yeah. And it's true for lots of domain. To learn. It's important to find the time to learn.
Yeah.
It's
Definitely.
important.
And I think Bitcoin helps you with that as well. Because once you find Bitcoin and then you understand about the monetary system, or it could be the other way around, you could understand about the monetary system. And that's how I came to Bitcoin.
Yeah.
In 2020, I realized that the currency was about to be devalued by approximately maybe 20%. And I said, whoa, what?
Uh,
I need to do something here to
yeah,
protect my family.
of course.
Yeah. It's about sharing our knowledge.
Exactly.
Okay. So if people want to get in touch with you, Remy,
Yeah.
Captain, how do they get in touch?
Well, through Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, or my website also. You just tap Satoboat project and you found me on the internet quite easily.
Satoboat project.
Exactly.
And what's the website?
I think it's www.satoboat.io. But I need to update it a little bit. I did it like 1 year and a half, so all the informations are not perfectly updated. But yeah,
That's okay. Okay. And on Twitter, how do they find you on Twitter? What's your handle?
Satoboat project.
Brilliant.
I'm the only
Brilliant.
one. If you see a black and white logo with a sailing boat and a Bitcoin logo on the front sail, it's me.
Happy days. And if you're out in sea and you see a big sail, a Bitcoin sail, it's
That's
you.
yeah.
Happy days, happy days. Okay, so any last words to say to any of our viewers about
No,
anything
guys,
with Bitcoin?
enjoy life, stack sats, and I think it's more than enough for one life.
That's it. Okay, we'll catch you again, and
Yeah,
thank you. Thank
thank
you
you,
for your
Lance, for
time.
having me, and see you in 2 months. No, 3 months. 2 months, around 2 months. Yeah,
Yeah,
around that.
definitely, definitely, definitely.
After
Perfect.
the
So
halving, it will be after the halving, my friend.
I know. Definitely, definitely. Cheers. Bye
Yeah.
bye. Hang on.
Ciao.